Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something I think a lot of us feel, but don't always talk about: the slow, steady disappearance of nuance in our conversations, in our culture, and honestly, even in how we think. And it's tied to something even more troubling: the rise of anti-intellectualism. Now, I know anti-intellectualism sounds like one of those academic words you hear in think pieces or political debates. But it's not just jargon. It's a real phenomenon. It's what happens when people start distrusting experts, mocking education, and treating critical thinking like it's some kind of elitist hobby instead of a basic life skill. It's this growing cultural habit of treating anyone who pauses to say, "Well, actually, it's more complicated than that," as annoying, out of touch, or even dangerous. And it's everywhere. It's in our politics, where people are expected to take a hard stance on incredibly complex issues in 10 seconds or less. It's on social media, where everything is designed to be boiled down into hot takes, memes, or a 15-second clip that goes viral. It's in the comment sections, where if you try to say, "There's more to this," you're either accused of being a shill, a centrist, or part of the problem. This lack of nuance is feeding a deeper cultural shift, one where people no longer want to understand. They want to win. Every conversation becomes a debate. Every disagreement turns into a battle. And in that mindset, there's no room for saying, "I see your point," or "I need to learn more." That's seen as weakness. But let's slow down for a second. Why is this happening? Part of it is the speed of the internet. Social media platforms reward engagement, not depth. So, the more outrageous, emotional, or absolute your content is, the more likely it is to get seen. You post a balanced, thoughtful thread on a controversial issue? Maybe 3 likes. You post, "This group is evil and must be stopped." 100K retweets. Outrage wins. Nuance loses. Another reason is emotional exhaustion. We're constantly being hit with information news, crises, scandals, updates, opinions, and the brain gets tired. Thinking critically about every issue, researching both sides, asking hard questions that takes energy. And let's be real, most people are just trying to get through the day. So instead, we lean on shortcuts. We follow people who think like us. We regurgitate talking points. We pick a side, and we stick to it no matter what. And then there's identity. More and more, our opinions aren't just opinions, they're part of who we are. If you believe in climate change, that's not just your view, that's your tribe. If you criticize vaccines, that's not just a position, that's a lifestyle. And once ideas become identity, changing your mind feels like betrayal. So we don't budge, we don't question, we dig in, even when the evidence says otherwise. That's anti-intellectualism. And it's dangerous. Because anti-intellectualism doesn't just reject experts, it rejects expertise itself. It tells us that feelings are facts, that all opinions are equally valid no matter how uninformed, and that curiosity is suspect. It thrives in echo chambers where people only hear what they already believe, and it punishes anyone who dares to say, "Wait, have we really thought this through?" And let me be clear. This isn't a left versus right thing. Both sides do it. Progressives cancel people without due process. Conservatives mock liberal elites for using data. Centrists get accused of being spineless for refusing to pick a side. It's not about politics, it's about how we think. Or rather, how we're being trained not to think. So what do we do about it? Honestly, it starts with us. Individually. Every single one of us has the power to make thinking cool again, to make curiosity normal, to stop pretending that every issue can be solved in a 30-second reel or reduced to a black and white choice. Because the truth is, life is messy, people are complex, ideas evolve, and the moment we stop admitting that, we start sliding into ignorance. So, next time you're in a debate, try asking a question instead of making a point. Instead of saying, "You're wrong," ask, "Why do you think that?" Instead of shutting someone down, invite them to explain. And instead of posting the hottest take, Maybe take a minute to read more from people you agree with, and people you don't. Because real wisdom isn't about always being right. It's about wanting to be less wrong tomorrow than you were today.